All right, Alec, what's going on, bitch? Bitch. What's
Well,
up?
apparently, Mookie Betts is no longer a Red Sox, so goodbye to
I
postseason
agree.
chances in a while.
I agree
Yeah,
with
we got
that.
rid of one of the best players in the MLB in his prime, traded him for some reason, and
Well, that guy
I'm
was a
not happy
racist,
about it.
so. All
What? What's
right.
it? What?
That guy's a racist. I'm just gonna guess.
Mookie
I don't
Betts?
know who
What?
his. I don't know who his people is. All
No.
right. All right. Welcome. This is Epic Rap Battles of History. I've seen them all.
Yes.
You've seen some here and there,
Yep.
and
We may
you
have seen
are.
all of them. I don't know. We're keeping the mystery
I know we'll
alive, though.
never know now
No,
until
I
the
think
very
there will
end.
be a period of time where we get to where I'm like, okay, I haven't seen any of these because I know after college, I don't think I watched a single one. So,
But you might have
well,
seen some of the trending ones that are like particularly popular.
not after college.
Okay.
Definitely not. I haven't even in like recommended videos, I haven't really bothered to watch any, and I haven't really paid attention to like who's in them. So, I honestly haven't really gotten too many recommended even after since we've been watching this, I haven't
I'm
gotten
sure
any.
it'll
No.
increase as we go on. That's the only problem with having to do it because then it'll just like start popping up more.
Probably, but I watched so many other videos that aren't like that specific kind of thing that probably
Yeah.
won't. So,
That's why it's like we can't watch any Survivor videos because then it'll start
yeah,
popping up.
yeah,
That's
that'd
dangerous.
be a problem. Yeah.
All right. So you are the master of history, so you know anything in
Yes.
history, of course.
I studied history in college. Ergo, no, that doesn't make me a master because I didn't get a
A
master's.
bachelor of history,
Yeah, bachelor of history. There we go.
as it's known. All right. This matchup is a historical matchup. This
Is it really?
is Cleopatra versus Marilyn Monroe.
Okay, sure. Both strong femme fatales, I suppose you could call them
Yeah.
both. Cleopatra had famously is said to have, had a war started over her, and I don't think you can say that about Marilyn Monroe, but I mean, she did, uh, maybe not a war, but she did, JFK. That's the whole
She did
thing.
JFK. Yeah.
She did JFK, so yeah, that's a thing.
I mean, they're very interesting people actually in history. There's a lot going on with them.
There is, yeah. To be honest, I'm not as like once we get to like the Cleopatra sort of era of like Egypt, I'm not as up on that as I am as further back in their history. Because that was the time of the prevalence of the beginning of the rise of the Roman Empire. Have ascended from a republic to now becoming an empire. Um, and this is sort of a time of a lot of change in the ancient Near East. And Marcus Antonius is a suitor for her hand, her lover,
Hmm.
and is also one of the people that's one of Julius Caesar's most trusted uh, generals. And so once he's killed, war breaks out, and of course, Mark Antony is going to be one of the prominent figures in the following Civil War. So,
So do you have a preference of these two women?
I mean, my history's telling me Cleopatra.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I mean, Marilyn Monroe is a total babe. So,
Total bombshell.
I don't know. I'm gonna say I'm sticking to my historical guns. I'm gonna say Cleopatra. We'll see how the rap goes, though.
Let's see how it goes, and then we'll break down all the lyrics afterwards.
85 million views?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Whose rap flows the dopest? Marilyn Monroe says overthrow pharaohs. Who opposed her like Moses? You could never kick my ass, so kiss my clitoris. This ugly hag and Cassim G got matching noses. You better hold more than
Cassim
your
G.
skirt. I'm the queen of the Niles, so just bow down to me. Plus, you got so much experience down on your knees. Married a writer, but I don't even think you can read. You'll sleep with any ugly dude who says he likes it hot. Even Joe DiMaggio took a swing in your batter's box. I'm a descendant of the gods, don't anger me, trick. You'll lose this battle like your bow live, I'll bet you will. I have some ugly boys, but you're forgetting the others. Marlon Brando and the Kennedys. Well, you fucked your own brothers. You think you're so chic, up in your fancy palace, getting low on Mark Anthony, tossing Caesar salad. You wear too much eyeliner for anyone to adore you. You might as well be working the door at Sephora. I got an ass that won't quit. You had an ass that got bit. On the tip. Somebody wrap this bitch back up in carpet. You still got no children after your third marriage. You lost so many babies, we should call you Miss Carriage.
Oh, dang.
Translate this into hieroglyphs. Your sandy vagina has a 7-year itch. My best friend's a diamond. You can't beat me. Step up and walk your ass home like an Egyptian.
Oh.
This energy, man. The energy.
All right, next out.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Wow.
How are you feeling?
Wow. Wow. I feel like a different person after that one.
Yeah?
Wow. That was, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, it was fine, but it's just the insults were like so much more personal than they've ever been before. Yeah, that was why it was like, whoa.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite one of the ones so far that we've done.
If it's not my favorite, it's definitely up there for sure. I mean, yeah, it was.
And it's a short one. It's a minute and a half, and then just
it was getting in and out real quick.
Wow, interesting choice of words.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hoping you would say something, but you didn't. Okay. I mean, I guess you did.
I did. I acknowledge it. Okay, so any initial impressions on who won?
Well, that miscarriage line was pretty rough. That to me was just like the showstopper. So that's rough.
All right. Well, let's break it down. Marilyn Monroe. It was like kind of back and forth. So it was nice.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a nice change of pace. It wasn't like one line or one verse and then one verse, and it was very back and forth the whole time.
Yeah, they looked like they each had 3 verses and just alternated.
Yeah.
All right. Whose rap flow's the dopest? Marilyn Monroe's. Overthrow pharaohs who oppose me like Moses. You could never kiss my ass, so kiss my clitoris. This ugly hag and KSMG got matching noses. All right. So overthrowing pharaohs who oppose me like Moses.
Because Moses, even though he was like, hundreds of years before her. But yeah, I get it. It's a reference.
Yes.
Yes.
You can never kick my ass, so kiss my clitoris. How do you feel about that?
It's clever, it's
like
one side to the other,
Is that like suck my dick, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think so.
The equivalent?
Sure.
And the line, the deep KSMG line, this ugly hag and KSMG got matching noses.
Yeah, that was kind of noses. It was kind of weird. They do, and that was just a little odd. It was like, okay.
It's too inside YouTube baseball.
That was very that was very inside baseball for sure. For people, that's what I mean. Because we've been like, I never watched KSMG, but I recognize the name because I've been involved in watching YouTube for a very long time. So but people like 10 years from now are gonna not have any idea what this is talking about.
Most people 5 years ago, would also not know. So because this was 2012 at this point. So all right. Cleopatra says, "You better hold more than your skirt, miss, please. I'm the queen of the Nile, so just bow down to me. Plus, you've got so much experience down on your knees. Married a writer, but I don't even think you can read. You'll sleep with any ugly dude who says he likes it hot. Even Joe DiMaggio took a swing in your batter's box. I'm a descendant of the guys."
That's a good line too. I like that one too.
You'll lose this battle like your bout with barbiturates.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
That's too bad.
So you better hold more than your skirt.
Yeah.
Because it's just the Marilyn Monroe.
The very famous picture that everyone's emulated,
Yeah.
So,
what you saw at the end there, where she was like not enthusiastic, just
yeah.
I'm the queen of the Nile, so just bow down to me.
Yeah.
Plus, you've got so much experience down on your knees. Married a writer, but I don't even think you can read. So Marilyn Monroe married Arthur Miller.
That's right. Yeah.
And
of all, it's crazy to think about, actually.
Yeah, and they divorced like a year before she died.
Yeah.
So, but that was her last husband she had.
Yeah.
You'll sleep with any ugly dude who says he likes it hot. Marilyn Monroe starred in a movie called Some Like It Hot.
Mm-hmm.
And she was known for having this affairs with high profile celebrities.
Yep.
So,
To move up in the world, so to say.
even Joe DiMaggio took a swing in your batter's box.
Yeah, sorry, I interrupted you while you were, because I didn't. I didn't realize that you were reading the whole line.
Yeah, I was
but yes,
reading it all, yeah.
that's one of my favorite. I like that line a lot too. That one's good.
Yeah. So, I didn't know that Joe DiMaggio was also rumored to be physically abusive, too. So that's like a double meaning.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So that's nice. I'm a descendant of the gods. Don't anger me, trick. You'll lose this battle like your bat with barbiturates. Which is Marilyn Monroe's untimely death.
Yep.
An overdose in which conspiracies or like was it accidental or was it an intentional overdose? Did someone purposely do that, overdose her?
Was it a plan? Was it a planned thing?
Yeah.
It was a scheme. It was a conspiracy.
Marilyn Monroe was so young though. She was like
She was
36.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. It was definitely. I mean, it was definitely, tragic. It's well before her time.
Yeah, it's always interesting thinking back on these big names who like really make a name for themselves, and then even if when they die at a young age, they're like known for so much. All right, Marilyn Monroe. I had some ugly boys, but you're forgetting the others. Marlon Brando and the Kennedys, while you fuck your own brothers. You think you're so chic up in your fancy palace, getting low on Mark Antony, tossing Caesar salad. You wear too much eyeliner for anyone to adore you. You might as well be working the door at Sephora. I got an ass that won't quit. You had an asp and got bit on the tit. Somebody wrap this bitch back up in a carpet. Okay, so she said I had some ugly boys, but you're forgetting Marlon Brando and the Kennedys. She has some attractive boys as well. And then you fuck your own brothers, so...
Yeah, with the whole Egyptian incest thing, because it's essentially trying to keep a pure bloodline was the idea behind some of it. Of course, that led to a lot of horrible birth defects, which are well documented in the art actually of the time, because a lot, depending on what era we're talking about, but most art was trying to depict the pharaohs as God on earth essentially, but there are some periods in the art history of Egypt where they actually depicted very unusual looking skeletal structures of sometimes of the children, and that a lot of the times was due to the product of an incestuous relationship and childbirth, and it was a problem. I mean, and that's honestly why a lot of the pharaohs didn't live so long. It was just because of the horrible health problems that they had as a result of the incestuous relations they would continually have for a long time. So, pretty bad. Pretty bad.
I mean, that's a good line. Well, I mean, you can't. You can't criticize the boys she's with if you're fucking your own brothers.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
You think you're so chic up in your fancy palace, getting low on Mark Antony, tossing Caesar's salad. That's a nice line.
I like that line. Yeah.
And also, getting low on Mark Antony, J-Lo is married to Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony, yeah.
So, it's a nice little play there too.
Yes, yeah. Double entendre.
You wear too much eyeliner for anyone to adore you. You might as well be working the door at Sephora.
Yep. Sure.
I got an ass that won't quit. You had an asp and got bit on the tit.
I don't actually know if I'd ever heard that before. Is that like a thing that happened?
Let me see here. After Mark Antony lost the Battle of Actium to Octavian, he committed suicide, and Cleopatra did too shortly thereafter. According to one story, she poked an asp until it bit her, causing her death. And Shakespeare was the one who introduced the detail that it was a bite on the breasts. Before that, it was generally depicted as a bite on the arm.
Okay. Huh. I guess I must have missed that little bit in Julius Caesar.
Yeah. But Marilyn Monroe, known for a great curvaceous figure. She got an ass that won't quit. Will somebody wrap this bitch back up in a carpet?
Because of Egyptian, burial practices.
Also, according to this, historically, Cleopatra arranged to be smuggled into Caesar's palace inside a rolled carpet, totally naked.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of fun. Yeah, what a fun little adventure. We'll have a rendezvous. I'll be there in a carpet and I'll be totally naked. That's what a fun little tidbit. You learn something new every day.
Yeah,
that's weird.
All right, Cleopatra, you still got no children after your third marriage. You lost so many babies, we should call you Miss Carriage. You've got an hourglass figure, but that's about it. A candle in the wind that can't act for shit. All right, and that was that whole verse right there. Boom.
Yeah.
Miss Carriage. How about that? That's a nice line.
Oof. That's pretty. That's getting real. That's getting real rough right there.
So, apparently Marilyn Monroe always wanted to have children, but she was never able to actually carry a child fully to term. So she lost 2 babies to miscarriage and 1 to ectopic pregnancy. A candle in the wind that can't act for shit. Candle in the Wind was a song by Elton John. It was written in honor of Marilyn Monroe, apparently.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she was not a very good actress. Yeah. She was in the movies for one reason.
Yeah. All right, Marilyn Monroe, translate this into hieroglyphs. Your sandy vagina has a 7-year itch. My best friends are diamonds. You can't beat me. Quit tripping. Step off and walk your ass home like an Egyptian. All right, so she's saying she's got crabs.
Yeah.
Probably. So much sand in the vagina.
It gets everywhere, as Anakin Skywalker once said.
It's irritating. Yeah. My best friends are diamonds. Apparently in the movie, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, she was singing a song called Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. Good to know.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I've seen like commercials that reference that. Jewelry commercials that reference that, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, those are really good lines at both ends. It was really short, really, if you look at it. And, but yeah, I think Cleopatra wins.
Yeah, I think just a couple of lines ahead of her, really, or maybe even just one.
I really like the person who plays Cleopatra in this too.
Yeah.
She's nice belly shots. All right. Oh yeah, I should say.
Okay.
Angela Trimber played Cleopatra, and Kimmy Gatewood played Marilyn Monroe.
I'm not familiar with either of these people.
Neither was I before this, but
okay.
It's interesting whenever they have matchups. They have, because a lot of them will have Nice Peter or Epic Floyd in some combination, but then they'll every now and then have these matchups with 2 guests. It's interesting.
Right.
So, you think Cleopatra wins?
Yeah, I'm Team Cleopatra. Yeah.
Great lines all around, though.
I think so. Yeah. Oh yeah. The Marilyn Monroe lines are still pretty good.
What a fun time! What a great beat too.
Yeah, it was. It was.
They put a little flair on it too, like.
Yeah, they made it kind of like
style.
They did, yeah.
Like that a lot.
It was fun. It was fun.
It's my favorite so far.
Yeah, I think me too. After going line by line, yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, shout out to these amazing women in history. All right.
Yes. Yeah. Even including more modern history.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. See you next week for the next episode of Epic Rap Battles of History.
Yes, indeed. The next episode.